Legend Total War here, and today we're doing our first rating your Doomstack video for Total War Warhammer 3. So the first Doomstack submission is being sent in by Mercy the Mad. I'll leave a link to his channel. I believe he's been testing around with a whole bunch of stuff with Kislev. So what we've got here is a Patriarch Doomstack. Now, if you want to really max this out, it's important that you start off as Gestalten, because one of his faction traits provides ward save plus 20% for embedded Patriarchs. So, added with extra ward save items, that can give them a hell of a lot of resistance. So looking at some of these guys, they're all really high level. They've got a bunch of skills to be distributed, but the thing is, at this point here, all of their actual combat stuff is done, and it's just, they just don't have a particularly good skill line for 40 skill points. And they've all got at least some equipment, but there's not all perfect equipment. Now we've also got 3 Ice Maidens in here. They're all of Tempest. I had a look at the traits, and we got Ranger, Unbreakable, better bows, so I don't feel like that's particularly useful. Cavalry focused isn't going to apply to heroes, so that's not really going to do anything. Neither is Ranger, neither is better bows. And we got another one here, better bows, Ranger, Province Protector. So I would say that if you want to make this Doomstack a little bit better, and we'll test it out in this situation here in a moment, if you want to make it better, I would actually take out 2 of these Frost Maidens, because they don't provide any additional Winds of Magic, and they're all of the same Law of Magic. Then the only thing that they're doing is generating Winds of Magic faster, which you don't really need. So I don't think 2 of these are needed at all. I think you should just put 2 more Patriarchs in there, and it'd actually be a stronger build. So that's one little bit of criticism before we go in here. But anyway, let's jump in and see how we go. So we got Gestalten over here. Let's have a look at what he's got. Does he have... Okay, he doesn't have the Sword of Slanesh. That would have been a good way to make this stronger. He's got Armor of Destiny, Talisman of Preservation. Yeah, so his ward save is at 27%, right? Yeah, you gotta get yourself a Sword of Slanesh if you want to, like, truly max it out. But anyway, let's jump in here. The campaign is absolutely borked. But, he said this was about the toughest enemy he could find. It is on Legendary difficulty, but it's just... On Warhammer 3, it's hard to find, like, 4 full stacks all standing next to each other for you to attack a lot of the time. Because if you've got a hero Doomstack like this, a lot of the time, they'll just run away from you. But the auto-resolve does say close to feet. Let's jump in and just see how well it does. This is a minor city battle. One other big thing that's with this army is that it does not have a siege attacker. Even when you put them all on bears, bears do not count as siege attackers. So walled cities will just have to be besieged for 1 turn, which is a bit of a disadvantage over other types of Doomstacks that we've seen in the past. So I definitely think that with Warhammer 3, Doomstacks are far less viable than they were in Warhammer 2. Not to say that you can't make Doomstacks, but the Doomstacks in Warhammer 3 are weaker than the ones that you can make in Warhammer 2, and you're just not incentivized to do it, in most cases. But one faction that can make at least a few different types of Doomstack is Kislev. They have a few options. So what we're going to do here is just YOLO in and just see how we go. Let's have a look at some of these abilities. So they've all got Suliak's... Wait, do they all have Suliak's Lullaby? No, they don't. Okay, that's good. Alright. Let's organize this into those that have Suliak's Lullaby and those that don't. Control Group 1 will be Suliak's Lullaby. Okay. This one here is Taurus Battle Hymn. Control Group 2. Okay, Control Group 3. So I can keep track of which one's doing what. It's good that he gave them different abilities here.
Pain is duty. Patriarch. The orthodoxy endures. Patriarch. For Kislev.
Seems like we only got one guy here with this one. Yeah, it's that ability, isn't it? That's from an item? I think that's from an item, I'm not sure. Yeah.
The orthodoxy endures.
Yeah, loads of Suliak's Lullaby. They'll have more than enough healing to heal all of their possible health cap. That's no problem there. I'd say he's probably got too many Suliak's Lullabies. If we intend to blob them up, which probably would be best. Unless you're going up against like a lot of like guns or something like that. Castelton. How about we put you in control group 1 actually. And I'll put all of these in control group 4. And they're in 5. What? Using control groups? Just want to. It's mainly just to keep track of which ones are where. We'll probably lose track of them because sometimes when you just click on a unit, it'll drag it out of the control group, which is one of the most frustrating things about control groups in Total War Warhammer 1, 2, and 3. But at least we'll be organized from the start. So yeah, we're just gonna YOLO in and see how we go. Most of the battles in Warhammer 3 are going to be minor city battles, so going up against a minor city battle here seems about fair. Balance of power is about even, but let's just see how well it does. You know, Mercy said that this battle is, like, ridiculously easy. But this was the toughest battle he could find. He said this army here basically just never loses. His campaign's gone to shit, but this army never loses, apparently. So, he's gone the undivided route. Alright, let's start with... Taurus battle him. Extra 40 melee attack. That lasts for a few seconds. Alright, this one over here. Why don't we get a... we don't need to use the spell right now. Do we? A lot of large units in here, which the Tempest Magic's not great against. But yeah, just chuck them in and see how they go. When they get tired, pop that down. We can do that an unlimited number of times. Same thing with Taurus Battle. Oh yeah, you don't really need Taurus Battle him to be like on half of them, do you? Because there's no limit to them. Whereas there is with Suliak's Lullaby. Yeah, it's fair enough. We probably could have that active constantly. Oh wow, jeez, look at this. Told you the Demon Prince is shit. God, he sucks. We got so many items here as well. What if we do this without using any magic? He's only fighting one Patriarch and losing. Well, he's gone. That was almost a joke. We don't really need that. We had some Swords of Discord in... sorry, not Sword, Helm of Discords. We could probably use one of those. Why not? Though it doesn't seem like we need it. Doesn't seem like we need it at all. Like, they're just not taking damage. So, you know, huge amounts of melee defense, huge melee attack. This is so strong. I think the other Helm of Discord is still active. When that circle goes away, we'll know that it's empty. It's gone. Or maybe that's what's active. Yeah, that might actually be it. Guess we can go in and have a look. Because, yeah, they're just not taking damage. So yeah, if a huge blob of infantry come in here, we can use the Tempest magic to just eradicate them pretty quickly. Yeah, this is not taking damage. I didn't need to do that, but you're just keeping nice and healthy. Even the Frost Maidens are totally fine. Yeah, they're gonna keep popping out those Furies. They'll get 10 of them if he goes the undivided route. But yeah, I really think the Demon Prince is a giant piece of shit. As far as the Legendary Lord is concerned, is absolute garbage. Just a complete joke. I guess another thing to consider here is that this is a Nurgle garrison, so they are very tanky. Alright, why don't we pop down a Spell Destroyer and speed this up a little bit. Because yeah, the AI won't throw everything they've got at you in these minor city battles. They do try to hold on to as many of the positions as possible, unless they can't do it just due to lack of troops, which they outnumbered us here. They had more units. There was 18 units in the garrison, and it was a half stack inside the settlement. Yeah, in Warhammer 3 you definitely don't get one city factions with recruiting like 4 full stacks anymore, which is good because that was a big problem for Warhammer 3. Sorry, Warhammer 2. Yeah, okay, I could probably just send Castelton to go kill him. I'm not feeling a lot of pressure to actually even do the active abilities. Because they're not taking damage. They don't have passive regen, they're just not taking damage. I just don't need to use these abilities, just fighting them. Look how quickly the bounce powers slipped away from them. Not even bother taking out towers. Luckily these don't seem to be the Nurgle towers. If it was, I would take it a bit more seriously. Yeah. As soon as you get through the barrier, it's not so difficult. So yeah, at the start of this I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, this isn't perfect. He needs fewer Frostmanes. He didn't have the Sword of Slaanesh. But now I'm looking at this thinking, it didn't need it. Didn't need it. This army could have taken on so much more than this. But yeah, Mercy said, he went looking for ages. He just couldn't get a huge blob of enemies together. Close, huh? I barely used any heals at all. Barely used any. The only reason I used spells was to speed the bloody battle up a little bit, because bogged down by plague bearers. That is so strong. Now I've used a Lord of Change Doomstack with Kairos Fateweaver. Now, while Kairos Fateweaver probably by himself could have taken on the entire garrison, the actual army itself wasn't really that good. This, on the other hand, Castalton would never have been able to solo this entire army, but his army is like an absolute wrecking ball. Like, that was pretty damn quick as well. Especially going up against all this Nurgle garbage. Well, he doesn't need to save far back, but yeah. Rating this. Now the next thing to look at when rating a Doomstack is like how effective it is to actually do this. So it's not difficult to increase the capacity of Patriarchs. You can do that in minor settlements. So you only need tier 2 minor settlement at that. So getting them's not a problem. The cost of them, 275, that's not a problem at all. I don't think he's got any iron resources. That's his only army though. How many bug supply lines does he have? Alright, he's got a lot of bug supply lines. This is how we test like what the upkeep cost increase is. So we got 1, 2, 3 bug supply lines. Okay, that's actually not that many.
Our loyalty goes unrewarded.
So that means he's at 12% increased cost. So yeah, that's not too bad at all. So if that's the case, then essentially Quartermaster here, they're at their base cost essentially. Maybe just a little bit less because that's 17%. Right. Right, and if you got iron resources, you can reduce it even further. Right. That's very strong. It's very, very strong. And another thing that you can do is that if you come out of a battle particularly damaged, you can pull a hero out. I mean, this is a little bit of an exploit, but it's an old one. Yeah, this is stupid. you have to find the right one, because you can actually pull other people off their bears. Oh god. Okay, maybe it's a little bit. Okay, that was the right one. Yeah, you can do that, and that perfectly heals them. So if they're super badly damaged after a battle, you can do that only once per turn. But still. Yeah, rating this. I gotta give this pretty close to a 10 out of 10. Like, this is so strong. Its cost is very good to I can't give it a perfect 10 out of 10 because I know it's not perfect. It can get a little bit better. It's not so difficult to get the Sword of Slanesh. Although an extra 20 ward save on one character, probably not really that needed. I'd say that the 2 Frost Maidens in there, you can get rid of for 2 more Patriarchs. So I'd say that this has the potential to be a 10 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10, right? Only because get rid of 2 of these, you just don't need to be doing... You just don't need 3. It's just totally redundant. They're not providing extra wins of magic reserves. We didn't even need to be casting that much. They're just not needed. They're not as good fighters as Patriarchs. Just get them out for them. Although it's not that big of a deal. And then, really, it's just a matter of getting more equipment, which I can understand. It takes ages to find lots and lots of blue equipment and fuse them into exactly what you need. You're not going to be able to get 20 Armor of Destinies. You know, I played a 200 turn campaign and I maybe got 2 or 3 Armor of Destinies, and I think I got lucky with that. So I don't expect that to be the case. But you can still improve it. But yeah, this is a very, very good Doomstack. It seems like I reckon this would even work for the Ice Court as well, because they took so little damage and they weren't at like maximum ward save. So most of them are at like 30, 28% ward save there. They would be at 10% instead. I think we still would have demolished them. Yeah, they would have been at 10% if this was controlled by the Ice Court. Definitely better with the Patriarchy. What's it called again? The Cult of Ursun. Yeah, I'm going to give it 9.5 out of 10. I think this is a really, really good Doomstack. So big thanks to Most of the Mad for sending this in. I would only tweak it slightly. I'd be curious to see what this army could do up against 4 full stacks. But that being said, in my entire time playing Total Warhammer 3 so far, I don't think I've ever encountered 4 full stacks of enemies, except with the exception of the Kurgans, like all the way out here. They'll sometimes pull up 4 full stacks and attack something. But at playing as Kislev, getting all the way over there to force that situation is incredibly contrived and unnecessary. And most of those armies are filled with bloody marauders anyway, so they're not going to matter that much. But yeah, really strong army. Don't forget to check out Mercy the Mad. Leave a link in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed the first Doomstack video. If you guys have found other Doomstacks, like I don't want to get another like slightly more perfected Patriarch Doomstack, because you know, I can see the potential of this one. Really good, cost effective, not too difficult to get. I like it. But yeah, if you've got other Doomstacks that you've got in mind from other factions or whatever, or even with Kislev, feel free to send it in. And I appreciate all the support. And I'll see you next time, fuckers. Bye.